welcome to 360 Gamercast, episode 136 for Tuesday, the 13th of September, 2022. I'm your host, Mark Webb, Gamertag, Pearson ID, Steam ID, Webby, 360G, and joining me on this fine evening is...
God Save the King, it's Nick Fights.
And Sensei Switch.
God Save the King, indeed, Nick. Yes, yeah. I was... first thing I was going to mention, actually, after our introductions, was obviously we are recording on the 11th of September, so it's been a few days since Queen Elizabeth II sadly passed away, which has been a very somber time, obviously. It's been really strange to think about, because I didn't think personally, I don't know about you guys, like how sad it would make me. When I found out, because obviously the news throughout the day was, the family have been rushed to Balmoral, blah blah blah. And you think, oh bloody hell, she's 96. It doesn't sound good. And then they announced it, and I was really upset. It's the only monarch that I've ever known. It's the only monarch that most people living in the UK have ever known. Since she was queen for 70 years, which is absolutely...
That's going to be so hard to beat.
I don't...
To be so young to beat that.
Yeah. Well, Charles isn't going to beat it, is he?
No.
I hope not.
He's in his 70s now, isn't he?
No, I don't mean to sound mean, but
I know.
I can't think him going 140-something. He looks like he's almost finished already.
I know, but I'll tell you what's interesting is because we've never seen a succession and all that stuff. It's been because I've been watching it a lot on the news feeds, and it kind of makes you proud to be British in a weird way, because of all the traditions, the way that everything is done and the ceremony around it. Like making Charles the king and all the ceremony around what happens to the queen, and her coffin's at the minute, well, her body in the coffin is now moving down to London. And when because I watched it yesterday where Charles was made king, and there's all that ceremony, and the way that they announced it as well was just so amazing to watch, so well done. And it's like something that no other country in the world does, just that amount of history and ceremony, because all these things have been done for hundreds and hundreds of years, all in the exact same way. And it was just so fascinating to watch. It really was.
Back in the day, before, only so many people could actually get to see it, because we're in social media and television and stuff like that. I mean, did they have televisions in the 40s?
Well, when
50s, when she was done, probably, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, they. when I was watching the news, they
footage of stuff, isn't it?
Some people were talking about they remember watching her coronation. It was the first one that was ever televised, and there was maybe one person on your street who had a TV.
Yeah,
and it was a small, like 15-inch, probably smaller, like a 12-inch black and white box.
Or something like that, maybe.
I don't know, but and when they did like some of the, I forget the name of the ceremony now, where they were all signing it, etc., and the prime ministers were there. It's the first time that like that has ever been televised in history. So it's just quite astounding to think about, how much the world has changed since Queen Elizabeth became the Queen. Like there was no internet, there was no phones, like there wasn't really. I don't think there was even any cars, was there? Like, or the very basic, like the basic cars, but like the amount of technological change that's happened since she's become the Queen is quite astounding, really, if you think about it.
Since the 50s, 60s, that's all blown up technology.
Yeah. I mean,
It's good. It's been mostly positive everywhere you go. They're all, oh, poor old Queenie, and stuff like that. You've had the occasional dickhead that's committed career suicide, and I'm like,
yeah,
what an idiot. Well, there's a few of them, but I'm not.
Well, yeah, that Talk Sport guy's lost his job, I think.
I was thinking as well. We said his name now, Trevor Sinclair, dickhead.
Well,
why do people have to just leave it?
Well, it's just like me and my wife were talking about this, and as soon as it was announced, we both said, "Oh, fucking hell, I don't want to look at Twitter because you know what it's going to be like." And we were, nice. It was a cess, and it's still being a cesspit right now, and it's just a shame that there's so much negativity in the world with things like that, because no matter if you like someone or not, it's never nice to celebrate someone's death. There should be that respect there. So it was just a little bit sad to see, but I think for the most part, people have been respectful, and
most people,
so
the morons on social media, and
we knew it was always going to happen.
Yeah.
So so obviously all the football games were cancelled this weekend. The Formula One still went ahead though, because that was happening in Italy, but they did a minute's silence to her on Saturday and Sunday, which was really nice, and because there's a lot of British teams in F1, so they all had her crown on their F1 cars, which was really nice. So yeah, so that was really good to see as well.
Yeah, well, I think because a few events sort of said they were going to stop in respect, so everyone else like, well, we can't not cancel the games out of respect because that looked disrespectful, and but I don't know. It's going to be interesting with the football, because apparently next weekends are probably going to be stopped as well, but because the football is stopping for the World Cup in the winter, innit? So that's going to be playing loads of games all over the time. But there you go.
Yeah.
More important things than football and F1 and stuff like that. And, where we say, that's someone's mum, grandmother and stuff like that. Nobody needs that, do they? Just imagine if that was yours.
Yeah, that's it, and
96 though, I wouldn't complain. Like that's not a bad age to get to.
That was a bad age for her though, wasn't it? She died.
I did obviously want her to send herself a card at some point, but that never happened, unfortunately.
Yeah, we've got a letter from not the Queen herself, but from obviously one of her secretaries or whatever, because we invited her to our wedding, and you always get a letter back. So, so we've got that, which is quite nice.
Is that like a weird tradition, is it?
Yeah, it's like a official stamped letter saying, with her saying, sorry, I can't make it, I'm busy or whatever, you know what I mean? So, it's quite nice. We've got that. So, and because when I was in the prison service, we all got, and not her previous Jubilee, the one before that, when I was working there, we all got a medal. So I've got a Jubilee medal as well, which I'll keep, obviously. So that's quite cool. Yeah. Yeah, so that's all good. Anyway, should we get into the video games? Don't know if we're going on about that forever. So, as we've been doing before, do a game each, keeps things going. To be honest, I've been really busy with life. So I've not really been playing a lot, to be honest. So, I'm probably, for me, it's probably going to be the same as a couple of weeks ago, to be fair. So
I'll like drought going on.
I mean, you say that, and yeah, I mean there is a drought, but there has been a few new games. But I look at my backlog, and there's quite a lot of games on there. But it's just obviously I haven't got the time to start anything really new, if that makes sense, that I want to play. There's a few RPGs I want to play, etc. But I'll just keep on going back and doing. Well, I might as well talk about it. I'll keep on doing me dailies on Final Fantasy 14 at the moment, not to the standard that you do, Darren, as I know you do a lot of daily stuff on Final Fantasy. I've literally been doing the new content. So there's a few things. So there's some new raids on there. So I'm making sure I'm doing them every week for the rewards for the gear. So I've got the arm, like the flame armor and a flame helmet from the raid down. And
you've got the armor, have you?
Yeah, the armor and the helmet, and they both flame on my character.
Yeah.
And there's just a couple more bits of there's only a few more bits of items I need for that. I think the trousers and the shoes, and that's it. So I'm making sure I do that. But obviously, I'm maxing out my currency, doing the dailies at the minute because obviously I want to get the better gear. But the main thing I'm doing at the minute, which I know you've been doing as well, and a lot of the free company have, is the Island Sanctuary, which is quite addictive.
Yes.
So the only way I can explain it, Dan, I think you might concur with me on this, it's a little bit like Animal Crossing, isn't it?
Pretty much so, yes.
So you get this island, and you can do with it kind of what you will to an extent. So you can kind of, I mean, I haven't got to that part yet where you can get like the glamour prisms for the island to change what it looks like, but you can buy, so you can extend the land to build more buildings. So the buildings you can have is like you can have workshops, granaries, and like a windmill, a jacuzzi, and a tree house, just to make it look nice. But then once you've got those down and you've expanded the island, so as you level the island up, you can expand it out a bit more and build more of the workshops and granaries, and then you can actually level them up as well. So to do that, you need to go and collect your resources, chopping down trees, digging things up, and mining things. So it is quite lengthy. But also what you can do is plant crops to grow them. So you plant them and you make sure you've got to water them every day. And you can then catch animals as well, and you put them in a pasture. And then depending on the animals, like I've got sheep, that's all I've got. And every day I collect wool off them, but I know you can go and get other animals. I just haven't been bothered.
I have.
And you can collect
there's
like
rare
bits
ones.
of, oh, right, okay, like the gold Pokemon or whatever. Like a similar thing, yeah?
Sort of, yeah. There's certain rare variants that will turn up either during certain weather conditions at certain times,
Oh,
or
okay.
just at certain times of day.
Oh,
Like a bit of like a unique version of that animal. They don't really seem to give you any extra. I think there's probably more of a chance of getting 2 items rather than one when you're
right.
searching them like the following day for sort of materials that you can then use to craft items to sell through your workshop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with the Sanctuary, like at the beginning, I found it a little bit confusing because I didn't realise you had to level up the island to be able to unlock more tools to then do the expansions. But now, because I think the max on the island is level 10, I've got it at level 9 at the moment.
So
But to upgrade my buildings to level 3 now, I need specific materials which I don't know how to get. So I'm guessing you can only get those at level 10.
No, you get those materials if they're the ones I'm thinking they are.
Yeah.
Through the expeditions with your granary teams. You select them and then you pay them the blue tokens.
Yes.
Yep. Search certain areas. Each of those areas has got a unique item that only they can bring back.
Right. Oh, okay. So I need to look at those then. Okay.
So you need to use those to obviously get certain upgrade items and to create certain recipes as well.
Oh, okay. Oh,
it's quite expensive for like a little addition that they sort of chucked in there.
Well, it gives you a reason to go back on the game because, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do when it gets to max level at level 10 because I know it gives you the ability to fly on that island, and because there's a couple of areas which you can't get to until you fly. But I think once it's at max level, I'm going to sit there and think, well, why am I doing this if I can't get any more level XP?
Well, the main thing for this is a ton of items hidden behind this content. There's 4 mounts, 2 hairstyles, and some clothing stuff.
Right. Okay.
Plus, you can use the tokens you get to buy materia as well for your gear. But I really wouldn't waste the blue ones on materia, only the greens.
Yeah.
Because the blue ones are used for like far more important things than materia that you can just basically get almost anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah. But as I say, I'm really enjoying Final Fantasy 14 at the minute. It's kind of like because I'm making sure. Sorry, my mic's being a bit weird. Just give me a second. Because I'm quite busy at the minute, and I'm kind of not making myself not really game at the moment, especially for the next week, because I've got stuff I need to get done. This is kind of like I give myself like an hour on Final Fantasy as a reward, because the stuff I want to do on it at the minute to get done, and it's kind of like, because it's 9 years old now. I've been playing it for 9 years. I'm actually celebrating the 9-year anniversary at the moment. Going back to Final Fantasy 14 for me, it's kind of like just feels like going home a little bit, because I've been playing it for so long and there's still stuff to do, and also we've got the free company and there's people to chat to on there and stuff as well. It's just I find it very relaxing, so it just kind of zens me out for that hour that I'm playing it as well. So I'm really enjoying it, especially that island. That's just really cool. Sometimes I'll listen to a podcast while I'm just doing stuff on the island, which is quite nice. And then obviously you have your, you want to get your currency for the week, and I've been doing as I mentioned earlier, the raids. Because you do, there's 4 different raids you do, and you get a weekly item on each one of those. So that's kind of my little routine at the moment, which is quite nice. I don't go to the extent that you do, Darren, of going and doing your hunts and all that. I can't be arsed with that. I never have done. I just can't be bothered. But like the little things I do, I just find quite rewarding anyway. So yeah, it's quite nice, and and it's quite weird because I've tried other MMOs. Yeah, and because I do love MMOs. Because I used to be really into World of Warcraft back in the day, and I just kind of find them, like, even though they can be quite repetitive, like those small rewards, they keep you coming back. But since Final Fantasy 14, like I've never, like no other MMOs clicked with me in that way. Like I've tried Lost Ark, and I really think it's a good game. It's
the same way, I think.
Yeah.
Because obviously last time we actually recorded a podcast, this is obviously a new expansion. This is part of like one of the new patches that they bring out like twice a year or whatnot. 2, maybe 3 times. And the story's just really well done. I mean, they've wrapped up one story already.
Yeah.
And already I'm kind of pretty well invested in what's going on in the next story, because it's still a continuation of the same branches from the same story.
Yeah, and you've got a lot of the same characters and stuff.
Managing to bring random stuff and the characters into the story again. Like obviously the new character that was introduced in this patch is seemingly quite an important character, and the way that character's brought in is really clever again.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, as I say, like, because I've tried, quite a few other MMOs. I'm always on the hunt, as you say, but nothing's really ever come close to this at all. It's just how it is, and I think that some of that's time, and I think the fact you also pay a monthly fee for it. You're kind of like, well, I don't want to play a free to play one because I'm spending money on this. So, yeah. But anyway, enough about Final Fantasy before everyone's like, for fuck's sake, I've had 13 years, 9 years of this.
3 weeks for this to come back, and they're chatting about Final Bloody Fantasy.
I can imagine, I can just envisage all those people who've pressed the fast forward button. They're still fucking talking about Final Fantasy.
I'm trying to press it and we're live.
Yes, I know we've had 2 weeks off, but unfortunately for all you freeloaders out there, this week is a Patreon week. So we'll be back with our normal scheduling as of next week. But if you want to listen to the whole of this week's episode, which is a banging 2 hours and 40 minutes long, then you need to subscribe to the Patreon by heading on over to patreon.com/360gamercast and subscribe for as little as £5 a month to get an episode every single week. So why aren't you doing it right now? Get on over there, £5 a month, it's not a lot of money, and you get an awesome episode of your favourite podcast every single week instead of having to wait every 2 weeks on this free feed. So again, the website 360gamercast.com has the link on there, or you can just head on over to patreon.com/360gamercast and sign up. You will not regret it.